You know, I still find it crazy that we got Game Boy Advance games on the Nintendo Switch. There are a lot of games I just can't wait to try out once they come to the platform. They also added Game Boy games as well, by the way. I mean, some of these are just the ones I'm excited to play. Super Mario Luigi's Superstar Saga, the Pokemon trading card game, Golden Sun is also coming too. I mean, I wonder what other games they could add. Maybe the Pokemon games. I personally would love Fire Red and Leaf Green, and maybe even Ruby and Sapphire on the Nintendo Switch Online service. Which games would you like to see? Hey guys, it's Rob here, and welcome back to the RoboChan Show, where we take the gaming news format that channels like Spawnwave or Arlo do, add a dash of animation and some cool editing on top to bring you your gaming news, leaks, and rumors in a fresh new way. If you're new here and want to be kept up on everything gaming, make sure you subscribe to the channel and leave a like if you enjoy the video and dislike if not, and have that notification bell on so you know when I upload. In this video, we are going to talk about a new update for the Nintendo Switch Online service that adds new games and also a new game that might be added later on. This is according to some info that was found in the Metroid Fusion files, and it's very interesting for you Metroid fans. Especially if you just picked up Metroid Prime Remaster and are really interested in this series, it's just going to be another game that you guys can play while you wait for Metroid Prime 4. Which, by the way, I think this does have to do with Metroid Prime 4 as well, and we'll talk about that too. The whole marketing idea of Metroid Prime 4 and how they're hyping people up. So the Nintendo Switch Online service has been on one heck of a journey, if I do say so myself. I remember when this thing launched and it wasn't worth investing the time and money into, but recently they've been adding a ton of new consoles, games, and so on, and makes that price increase that we all hated in the beginning worth it now. If you guys remember, we really didn't like the price increase, and even when it was first announced, we didn't really like it at all because we had to pay for these games. We would rather buy them, but if this is the best we're gonna get for now, I guess I'll take it. It's better than nothing, you know what I mean? Now they've been adding a ton of other systems like Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64, that was pretty crazy when that dropped, Game Boy Advance. I mean, well, speaking of Nintendo 64, a game that I still want to play on this service is Conker's Bad Fur Day, but that's just a side note. But yeah, at that Nintendo Direct, we got Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy Color games. In my personal opinion, paying that extra money a month is now worth it. And keep in mind, you have access to some of these games offline as well, and multiplayer added in, so it's a pretty sweet deal. Now, keeping up with the virtual console talk, something interesting happened with the Nintendo Switch Online service, and this is what Luigi Blood on Twitter has to say. Japanese GBA NSO 1.1.0 is interesting. They accidentally left the screenshots about link functionality in Metroid Fusion folder. Do not have an English screenshot on hand, but no joke, they wrote the instructions on how to use the link feature for every game where you can do both GB and GBA NSO. These screenshots would be used here. Some people think, wow, Metroid Zero mission confirmed, but I think this is just obvious. The real takeaway is that they're considering the link feature of every game more seriously than before. Now this is pretty big, and it does really speak volumes for other Nintendo Switch games coming to the Nintendo Switch Online service, specifically Pokemon games, because this does really make me think, and I just thought of this at this very moment, but does this mean the Pokemon Company could bring the Pokemon games to the Nintendo Switch, and then we can transfer our games between the two games on the Nintendo Switch Virtual Console, or even between the newer games? I mean, it does really make you think the possibility of this, and not only Pokemon games, but other games that use the same feature. But anyways, what does this mean, guys, and why does it point towards Metroid Prime 4? Well, remember that video I did when I was talking about Nintendo gearing up for a Metroid Prime 4 reveal potentially, and with all these titles, Metroid related and Metroid Prime related, dropping since Metroid Dread? Well, I think this is to get people ready for Metroid Prime 4 and to build that install base for people who maybe haven't picked up this game, because not everyone has played these types of games. Or I should say the series of Metroid and Metroid Prime. So I think dropping games like Metroid Prime Remastered, Metroid Fusion, and Metroid Zero Mission could be a way for Nintendo to grow that install base and have the Metroid Prime 4 sales skyrocket and be really great, because there was a lot of hype behind Metroid Prime Remaster and it's selling very well. So what is Metroid Prime 4 gonna be like, especially if Metroid Prime 1 sold well? And this is another reason why I think Metroid Prime 2 and 3 are gonna hit the Nintendo Switch Online service. Which, speaking of that, tell me in the comment section if you guys think Metroid Prime 2 and 3 are coming to the Nintendo Switch, or is Nintendo just not gonna do anything on that? And while you're down in the comment section, or if you're still watching this video and not correcting me on my probably dumb mistake, I wanna say thank you for reaching this video this far, and well, here's a cookie. For those who don't know, YouTube considers cookies potentially inappropriate for some reason, so let's spam those cookies in the comment section. I want to see pages among pages. Just go wild with cookies in the comment section. Let's troll YouTube. Now again, according to Jeff Grubb, he says that they're gonna be not as extensive and not as great as Metroid Prime 1. That's what his sources says, and if that's true, that's gonna be very, very unfortunate, because I think another reason why it sold so well is just because how good the remaster is. It honestly almost looks like a remake instead of a remaster. If you look at the side-by-side shots, it looks like they added a ton of new things in it. Now, if you do get Metroid Zero Mission, I don't think this is gonna be the last time we're gonna see this series, Metroid or Metroid Prime. I think Nintendo is gonna keep on adding these games. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they say, yeah, we're doing something with even the Metroid DS game. Metroid Prime Hunters, I think that is. Which, speaking of that game, honestly, I think that game could work well for a remaster. Now, I haven't played it for quite some time, so there might be something that's needed for the touchpad, but I think you can just swap that out for joystick controllers, so I think it could work. So the first one that was added was Burger Time Deluxe. I've never played this game, so I can't really say much on this game, but the next one is Side Pocket. And then after that, we have Xavius, and the big one here out of all of these for the Nintendo Switch Online service is Kirby. I want to say Return to Dreamland for some reason. It's like ingrained in my brain, but it's Kirby Dream Land 2. Another fantastic game, and speaking a little bit on Kirby Dream Land 2, this is one of those games that whenever I hear the music or I see the gameplay, I get a rush of nostalgia. I don't know about you guys, like whenever you see this game, do you get that like feeling of nostalgia, like when you used to play this game for hours and hours and hours? I don't know, that's what I feel when I look at this game, and probably even more so when I get to play it. Now, I think this is another fantastic game added to the list, but other than Kirby's Dream Land 2, I think the other games are kind of just bottom barrel. You can tell that Nintendo is definitely getting to that bottom barrel on some of these systems. And this does really bring up an important question. Is Nintendo going to keep on doing this? Are we going to get less and less bigger games less often? Because eventually Nintendo is going to run into the same problem that Xbox ran into, and that's the licensing problems. Because at some point, once they go through all of these consoles, we're not going to have any games that we're going to be able to play on the Nintendo Switch Online service that are new. Or they're going to be scraping from the bottom, like not even the bottom, like they're going to be breaking through that barrel and digging in the dirt at that point. Like at some point, are they going to add E.T. onto the Nintendo Switch Online service? Now, good thing is that they just added Game Boy Advance games and Game Boy Color games to the Nintendo Switch Online service, so they're not going to run out anytime soon, and they could always add other consoles to the service as well. They can add GameCube, they could add Dreamcast, and so on. I mean, they could even add, if they wanted to, they can add Wii U and Wii if they really were desperate for new games. And somehow Nintendo 3DS too, if somehow that would work on the Nintendo Switch. The Switch has a touchscreen, so it is possible. Speaking a little bit on DS games, I just want to talk about this a bit here. I think there are a ton of DS games that you could fit on the Nintendo Switch Online service, or even just in remasters or remakes that would work fantastic for the Nintendo Switch. And not only Nintendo DS, but Nintendo 3DS too. And with the Nintendo 3DS eShop closing very soon, I'm pretty sure it's in like the next couple weeks, this is the perfect time to bring those games on the Nintendo Switch Online service and maybe still have those games playable. Like, I know some games, yes, you do need a touchscreen to play them, but you can always use the Nintendo Switch touchscreen to play them as well. And who knows, maybe Nintendo will make a weird kind of attachment for the Switch for the top screen, and then you use the bottom screen as a touchscreen. I mean, it would be a little bit weird, but I think that would be pretty cool as well. I don't know, I just think there are some games that need to be on the Nintendo Switch so we could still play them, because sometimes some of these retro prices are just ridiculously high. Like, some of them are just not even worth the price personally. Like, you might as well just emulate them at that point. Like, some of them are ridiculous, like absolutely ridiculous. So retro collecting and playing games on older consoles are sometimes a good idea, yeah, for certain games because they don't really cost that much, but other games, they cost quite a lot. I mean, don't even get me started on the Pokemon prices. But yeah, overall, I think it's a great thing. Make sure you guys tell me your thoughts in the comment section below. Do you think Metroid Zero Mission is coming to the Nintendo Switch Online service because it was found in the folders for Metroid Fusion or not? And what do you think about the new games added to the Nintendo Switch Online service? Tell me your thoughts in the comment section below, and I will see you guys in the next video. And if not, on your way out, make sure you subscribe for more videos and also have that notification bell on. And if you want to support the channel in any other way, there is my Patreon and Twitter account in the pinned comment if you're interested in those. Oh, and also have this donut if you're still sticking around for me rambling. Thanks for watching, guys, and remember, stay safe, stay charged, and have a good one.